So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
At the 48-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Washington, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Logan Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18.
He'll throw from the gun.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
And a Raven 1st down.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
The kick is good.
And he puts it through.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Washington 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A good balanced attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make the big play and disrupt things.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Jacobs now. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
The ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that?
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run the option as Jackson will hand it to Ingram. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Tackle made by Jayon Brown.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Buying time to his left.
Jackson on the keeper. The tackle made by Jayon.
These two teams all tied after one.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied 14.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down, Baltimore.
Jackson going to look to do it himself. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. Caught right side, it's Snead.
Jackson's pass.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
It's
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action, here's Tua. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
They'll run it with Jacobs, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
3rd and goal.
From the gun, it's Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr., his first touchdown on the year.
And Washington has retaken the lead.
It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes this Washington 21. Ravens 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because You know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Watch him lurk, can't relate, watch him skirt out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murk, out the gate, on site, red, read, red, tight, set the bar, take flight.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. Jackson will throw again. He can run for it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Give him 30 yards there. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead.
The kick is good.
And it's up and good.
Score, Ravens 24, Washington 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tua. Eluding the pressure right. And he will find a man here as Thomas comes open. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
36-yard line.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Flush to his right. Now he'll let this one go deep. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Hunter Renfrow in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. If you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
Catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper.
Jackson hit and he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play.
24.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Couple of third-year guys, couple of Pro Bowlers. Jackson to Andrews for the Ravens first. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
7 yards there and a 1st down. To throw is Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. On second down, Jacobs. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Hunter Renfrow, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he knocks it through.
Makes this Washington 35. Ravens 24.
Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson on the crossing route, complete. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
1st down, Baltimore.
From the gun, Jackson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Matthew Ioannidis. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Here's McKissick. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. A carry now for McKissick. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's 2nd and
the last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Tua. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Tua. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Jackson on 1st down. He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Ingram able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 38-yard line.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him. And he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
49-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
10 at the 25-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll run with McKissick. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
40-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Possession.
Play action. It's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They go play action with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson looking for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
A year ago, Lamar Jackson led the league in touchdown passes with 36. And many of those went to his tight end, Mark Andrews, who went to the Pro Bowl in his 2nd season in the league. He led all tight ends with 10 receiving touchdowns in 2019. Many people argue that he's Jackson's go-to guy. I say there's no doubt that that is his main target, and he goes to him again for a touchdown connection.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this two-point conversion. This time, Jackson will throw it, and it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On play action, here's Tua. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Tua. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. The open man here, Renfro. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, it's Tua. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Today's final score in overtime.
Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So for the Ravens, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
me so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, are you ready? Done told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard. When I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man. Suck it if y'all in denial. I get the chip on them and I bust out the south side. Is that big of the guy? Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy. I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming. I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy. I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro. I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it. More action and no talk. I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it. Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want pulse to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building reach heaven's heights. Now that's what you call a God complex. Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket. Look at the flex, whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, girl, it's all a finesse. Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining.